All right, I'm gonna move along here. Got a new question, new set of 60-second responses for both of you. Mr. McCrory, I'll start with you.
Sure.
You signed HB 2 into law. You signed 2 measures restricting abortion access in the state, even after pledging at a debate 4 years ago that you weren't going to add any more restrictions to abortion. Are you surprised 4 years later that your record is being defined as a social conservative?
First of all, I need to correct you. If you consider having to have a doctor make sure that they don't do an abortion after 5 months, that's not a restriction on the individual, that's the law. And all it requires is the doctor to make sure they have a record of that. It did not impact at all the access to an abortion. And I made sure that every law that's passed it meets the constitutional standard, which Texas did not do. I might add also, though, something the Attorney General didn't do. We had 2 abortion clinics in North Carolina that were treating women so poorly. They weren't even cleaning the floor or cleaning the utensils or the tools used for an abortion, not even clean them in between abortions. That is so cruel, and we took care of it. But I made sure that all rules regarding abortion protected the women's health and also fit the spirit of the law, and that's exactly what we've done, and that's why there's been no challenges to our abortion laws.
60 seconds.
This is another example of Governor McCrory distorting his own record. Chuck, you're right. On a debate stage just like this one, in 2012, when he was running for governor, he promised that he would put no more restrictions on a woman's right to choose. Yet, he supports legislation that puts state government in the exam room between a woman and her doctor. Now, you talk about a restriction. His legislation requires that a doctor send a woman's ultrasound to state government. Now, how do you feel about the policy? We don't need state government bureaucrats reviewing women's ultrasounds. This is the kind of restriction that he promised that he would not put in place, that he did, and now he's coming around trying to say that's not a restriction. I think people would say that it is, Governor, and that you are distorting your record.
Why didn't
30
you?
seconds.
Why didn't you, over 14 years, 16 years as Attorney General, protect the women that were being abused in Asheville and Charlotte in these clinics? It took my Secretary of Health and Human Resources, Aldona Voss, a doctor in her own merit, to say, you know what, these women deserve a safe abortion, a constitutional abortion. And you did nothing. You stood on the sideline while these women were basically being treated not like women should be treated. And I'm proud that we took action. By the way, we reopened those facilities.
Thank you.
Because that's the law and the
Mr. McCrory.
Constitution. I respect that.
30 seconds, Mr. Cooper.
This is another example of Governor McCrory putting social issues ahead of the best interests of our state, ahead of the safety of our citizens. You got House Bill 2, you got these abortion issues, you've got refusal to expand Medicaid. What he continues to do is to put these right-wing social ideological issues ahead of the best interest of our citizens. That's where he and I differ.
All right.
And
No worries. We got time.